and welcome to Focus on Africa Food Systems Forum 2025. This year's theme foregrounds the central role of young Africans in shaping the future of our continent's food systems. And this year, the forum comes to Dakar, Senegal, a significant shift as the platform expands its footprint from East to West Africa, spreading its impact deeper across the continent. My name is Tabitha Muthoni, and we are joined by Amath Pathé Sène, Managing Director at Africa Food Systems Forum, AFS, and Mabouba Diagne, who is the Minister for Agriculture, Food and Sovereignty, and also Livestock of the Republic of Senegal. All right, gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for your time. Amath, I'd like to start with you. So, AFS has grown. Looking back at the East African editions that you have had so far, what do you think were the biggest milestones achieved that you now want to carry forward into Dakar?
Well, thank you very much for the invitation. Indeed, it has been a journey for this platform since 2006, from its creation, where it was just bringing 200 people together to discuss about investment on agriculture in Africa. And later now we are talking about between 5,000 to 6,000 annually. So close to what biodiversity or crop desertification are bringing annually. So in a way, it's not just the size that matters, but it's the ecosystem we are bringing together. So it was in the past just the agriculture specialist people, but now it has expanded on the policy side, on the investment side, on the research, on also the development side. So the entire ecosystem coming, where you have the energy specialists, you have nutrition specialists, gender. So at the end of the day, the food we eat is not just the production, it's the entire system. And at the center now we have the youth and women. They are the backbone of our economy. 70% of our population in Africa, they're less than 35 years old, and most of them looking for opportunity. This is also a great opportunity to tell, look, when we meet during this summit, it's an opportunity to take this message out through the different channels. And this is what brings also this excitement. And I think this year will be bigger than the others, but at the same time also shifting from East Africa to West Africa, which is one of also largest market in Africa. You have Nigeria and all these ECOWAS countries, 400 million people living here. So it's also a big economy in the region, but also has challenges. So climate change, all those people coming. So when you sum all of this, it makes this one another milestone in terms of a journey, and the journey will continue until we solve our food security, food sovereignty, and nutrition security.
And definitely a shift we are seeing there in terms of the dynamics put on the table. So, Minister, AFS has had a strong footprint in East Africa over the past year. So, from Senegal's perspective, what are some of the unique opportunities that West Africa brings to the table in terms of food systems transformation that perhaps differ from that of East Africa's experience?
First of all, winning the race of bringing the Africa food system, ahead of 30 countries in Senegal with a new government, a very new young government, newly established. I think that it's a sign of Africa, driving things by their own. Now, why Africa food systems in Senegal? If you see the innovation that the new government is bringing in terms of production of a certified seed, modernizing agriculture. When I say agriculture, it's agriculture with a big A, it's agriculture and livestock. For the last 18 months, we have achieved, record productions level on onion, on potatoes, and carrot, and on rice. We are modernizing, the agriculture, the family farming, small-scale farming business by introducing the concept of cooperative agricole communautaire, and we are modernizing the mechanization of the small-scale farming with the concept allo tractor that we mimic what is happening in Kenya, in Nigeria, and in other countries. And I heard Dr. Pathé Sène said, bringing the entire ecosystem of the agricultural value chain from certified seed production, mechanization, factory producers, researchers, climate specialists, bankers, development banks, export credit agencies, ambassadors, president of countries, ministries, agricultural ministries, policymakers, all around a table could really be a wonderful networking platform to do not only agricultural diplomacy, economic diplomacy, hydraulic diplomacy, sharing lessons between countries. What worked has worked in Brazil, in India, in China, in South Korea. How can we use it? How can we leverage it to accelerate, to leapfrog what is happening in Africa, to enable African people to feed themselves and really to achieve the objective of Africa, feeding Africa, creating the thousands of jobs that the youth and the rural population are asking. This is why AFS in Senegal.
Indeed, and also, Minister, Senegal has been pushing forward on rice self-sufficiency here and also broader agri-value chain. So how do you see AFS 2025 in Dakar helping to accelerate these national and at the same time regional ambitions?
In order to, I give you a simple example. In order to achieve, we are currently importing 1.4 million metric tons of rice, white rice. In order to produce this locally, you need around 200,000 hectares of new cultivated land, and you need to produce close to 2 million metric tons of paddy. Now, what does it mean? We need mechanization, 1,500 hectares. We need combined harvest, 1,500 combined harvest, and we need 1,500 motoculture. Plus, all the fertilizers that we need, all the certified seed that we need. What does it mean? It means that from the production of the certified seed and all the agricultural research that you have to accelerate that in order to increase the yield per hectare. Reason why we say, okay, AFS will bring us the researchers. Let us see the certified seed production. Let us mechanize technology, digital innovation, drone to do all this, fertilization, the latest, irrigation techniques, center pivot, drip irrigation, water robotics, and also climate smart agricultural technology, and the combined harvesters in order to do all the recolts. This will just tell you, and also the traders, because whenever talk about global communities, traders play a huge role. Factory owners, private investors, impact funds, development banks, commercial banks, and these are the all relevant players across the across the agri value chain that AFS is bringing us on a table to accelerate the rice sufficiency program. And we could do the same reasoning for maize. Maize, we are importing 450,000 metric tons of maize. We need 90,000. We need to cultivate 90,000 hectares. We need close to 900 tractors, 900 combine harvest in order to achieve the maize. And all those players, those actors that IFS is bringing us could help us to accelerate the producing the quantum of the quantities of maize that we need. The same will apply to milk. The same will apply to cooking oil. The same will apply to sugar.
Yes,
yes,
indeed, Minister. Definitely a shift you are seeing there from East to West Africa, and also in terms of pushing forward on matters being self-sufficient and also broader agri-value chains. Amath, I'd like to bring you in and focus on the vision for Dakar 2025, both in terms of shaping the conversation and also in setting concrete deliverables for governments, the private sector, and even farmers who are very key here.
The main vision is around youth. So when you look at the theme of this year for Senegal, it's youth, African youth, leading collaboration, innovation, and food system transformation on the continent. So this vision is also around, the CAAP, the Comprehensive Agricultural Program, which was approved in Kampala early this year by African leaders, that states we need to transform our food system, we need to feed Africa, we need to do business between Africa's being looked at like as one ecosystem, different corridors. So many commodities that are being imported and can be produced here on the continent, we are able also to do and then start exporting, being a net exporter rather than importing. Of course, every time you import, you're also exporting forex and money and jobs. So I think that's a like a song, but that need to be changed. So I think there is also the Africa Free Trade Agreement that need to be operationalized when it comes to food, and between borders and some seasons happening in these countries where you can produce, and in the other countries they can get it, and all of this will require also infrastructure development, whether it is infrastructure in terms of energy conservation, whether it's also roads, highway, railways. So all those one are part of a bigger picture for the continent being able to feed itself,
Yes.
producing enough food, but also reducing the import bill, at the same time creating jobs.
And Minister, very briefly, what are some of the partnerships or commitments that you personally would expect to see emerge from Dakar that could, make a tangible difference for farmers across West Africa?
We have up to 5 legacy programs that we are presenting. We have a first legacy program of building over 100 cooperative agricole communautaire at the cost of almost $5 million each. This could around $500 million. We really have we have a legacy program around mechanization, where we strongly believe that in order to accelerate the food sufficiency, enabling Senegalese to feed Senegal, we need to boost mechanization. We have also what I will call les grands coopératives agricoles communautaires, basically where we would like to basically drive policies encouraging private investment in order to bring a heavy investment agribusinesses to do large commercial farms in order to accelerate the program. These are few of the legacy programs that we would like to get people invest, and as post-harvest losses in Africa
Yes.
exceed sometimes 30%. We have a legacy program on cold storage and building refrigerated warehouses.
Indeed, Minister Mabouba and Amath Pathé Sène, thank you so much for your contribution. Well, thank you for joining us for this in-depth look at the AFS Food Systems Forum 2025.